Sometimes dreams do come true. Sometimes a game you've been waiting years for actually releases in a region that you're capable of playing from. And sometimes it doesn't. Regardless of which category you fall under, one thing is for certain. Lost Ark is absolutely dominating Steam right now, and you can download and play it right this very moment. Hey, my name is STIX and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here and you want MMO related news like this brought directly to your PC every single day, then I urge you to go ahead and click that subscribe button and that notification bell. And alternatively, specifically pertaining to Lost Ark, I am going to be streaming this over on Twitch for the next week, the entire week. So come on over and join me. Now, taking a look at the global top sellers list on Steam, you'll see that Dying Light 2 is #1, which honestly really shouldn't come as a surprise to literally anyone. But the Platinum Founders Pack for Lost Ark is at #2. The Gold Founders Pack is at #3, the Bronze Founders Pack is at #4, and the Silver Founders Pack is at #5. And it's a little bit interesting to me that players found the Silvers Pack to be less desirable and the least worthy of their investment, but enough where sales for even the lowest Founders Pack are higher than pre-orders for Elden Ring. Now, honestly, just looking at the Founders Pack, I don't really see much of a difference in terms of the rewards. I'm not a very materialistic person. As long as I get the Head Start access, I am happy. The Crystalline Aura is probably the only thing that I'd argue really warrants any type of premium price. So with that in mind, I'm just buying myself a bronze pack. I don't know how many times both MRSSTIX and I have been asked which founders pack our viewers should get, but I personally, and this comment is subjective here, but I do not value any of the items enough to spend more than the 15 bucks on the game. And the only reason that I am willing to pay that $15 is so I can get into the game a couple days early and stream this. Otherwise, personally, I would have just waited the extra 2 days. Now, I have been hearing people online speculating on how large of a release this game is going to have. The general consensus is that Lost Ark is going to be the biggest release of the last, well, ever. And I don't know where this is all coming from. The sheer number of people that I've seen online on Discord, on Reddit, on Twitter, even while I'm streaming on Twitch, under this delusion that the game is going to somehow revitalize the MMO genre, are going to be in for quite the shocking revelation. Lost Ark is a fantastic quality game. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's got some highly fluid AAA combat and effects. It's got a narrative-driven form of progression, all things that I highly value in a game. Yet even with as good a game as this is, even with the hype after all of these years, I fear the game is going to buckle under and fail to live up to these grandiose expectations that players seem to have for it. See, being excited for a game is one thing, but being overly excited to the point where there is no physical way of living up to said expectations is going to result in a lot of disappointment. Now, there is no denying that Lost Ark is going to do incredibly well over the course of its first month. Comparing it to its competition, Lost Ark has nearly 180,000 followers on Steam alone. Elion has 18,000 followers and launched to a 15,000 player peak. PSO2 New Genesis, which actually launched 8 months ago, to a 60,000 player peak, has 68,000 followers. Swords of Legends Online has 40,000 followers with a peak of 19,000 players. Bless Unleashed has 116,000 followers with a peak of 76,000 players. No doubt Lost Ark's largest competition is going to come in the form of another Amazon title, New World, which has 380,000 followers and launched to a peak of 913,000 players, still managing to average 60,000 concurrent players 4 months later. It's worth noting that each of these games had exponentially longer to accumulate followers for each respective title, with Lost Ark continuing to surpass them even prior to launching, and by quite a large margin. I highly doubt we'll see numbers close to New World at its launch, as Amazon have done very little in terms of marketing comparatively. Yet I think the Head Start is going to easily achieve 200,000 concurrent players on day 1. With the full launch likely topping 400,000, given Head Start players aren't actually turned away by the top-down isometric perspective or the linear form of progression. Honestly, I'm not sure how Lost Ark is going to necessarily do long term. It's definitely going to be more of a niche MMO than games like Black Desert Online or Final Fantasy XIV. And given that there are just so many other releases this month alone, it might end up underperforming due to a higher interest in other titles. Only time is going to tell. Regardless, Lost Ark absolutely destroyed records in South Korea over the last 2 months. I have a video dedicated to that specifically, and these numbers are looking very positive for the game. This could arguably be the biggest MMO release of 2022, so long as nothing equally as anticipated can compete with it. Things like Justice Online or Blue Protocol, but I feel that Justice Online is going to be much more niche than even Lost Ark is going to be, and Blue Protocol likely won't release until 2023 at this rate. Now, I will have a much deeper look at the English version of Lost Ark uploaded to this channel sometime later this week, probably Sunday, for those of you that are interested in my thoughts. But you know what game is even more interesting to me and potentially you than Lost Ark? This game right here. This game could, no joke, be the biggest game of 2022. No competition. And you know what? I hope after you're done watching the video to see you guys over on Twitch. So, you know, we might be able to play together.